Good morning, namaste, and welcome. Today I'm making a video showing off this 11-inch balanced kukri that I've purchased from Great Gurkha Kukuri here in Nepal for the Casual Preppers podcast. And I'm making the video specifically for Cam because I know that he's going to cut his fingers to the bone if I don't do it. Okay, let's get into it here. When you open a kukri, you never wrap your hands around the sheath. You always pinch it like this just to keep them out of the way. The sheaths are actually made from two thin pieces of wood covered by a piece of animal hide, goat hide, or buffalo hide. And there's actually a locking position on the kukri with it all the way down like such. It's more of a locking mode. And then to open it, remember you pinch it, don't wrap it, push it all the way to the back, ride the pressure on the spine as you pull it out, just like that. It should come up pretty easily. It's a very new sheath, so this one is very tight. And then while putting it back, you would follow that process in reverse. You want to ride the spine against it here. And when this kind of hits the spot by my thumb there, instead of pushing straight, you angle it around the corner. If you push it straight, it will blow out the side here. Many times when you purchase a used kukri, they will have a cut here with tape or a cut here with tape from someone improperly using it. So now I will finish putting it back in there. Push it all the way down like that. That's the proper way to sheath and unsheath and resheath the kukri. So let's talk a little bit about the parts of the kukri here. So as you take it out here, kukri handle here is made of Nepali rosewood, and it is have a few copper rivets on this one and a copper eyelet for a lanyard hole. The pommel is steel. It's got a full tang, so it goes all the way through the handle, one continuous piece of steel. Okay. And these kukris are very thick. This is 3/8 of an inch here at the hilt, and I haven't measured up at the top, but I imagine it's about the same. This particular kukri has a hollow grind on it, so they took out a little metal here in the middle to make it a little lighter. This 11-inch kukri weighs about 500 grams. For us Americans, that's 1 pound 2 ounces. I have a half-inch smaller kukri at home that weighs about 2 ounces more. That one weighs 1 pound and a quarter, or 1 pound 4 ounces. So this next part here moving up is called the choke, and that part acts as a relief cut for the blade. These blades are differentially tempered, so the edge is harder and the spine is softer to give a little flex for when you're chopping so it doesn't break on you. Also, the cho has a couple of meanings that people argue about. I've heard about 3 different things for it. I've heard that it's a religious symbol meant to look like a cow's hoof, since the cows here are revered, they're a sacred animal. I've also heard that you sharpen this middle piece, that the kukri is supposed to taste blood when you remove it. So if you take it out just to show somebody, back in the day, they would actually prick their finger with it and cut their finger so they could taste a little blood. And more recently, I've heard from my wife's uncle that this is to open your beer with. So it takes all kinds. Moving up here, this throat, I would call it, of the kukri is generally the sharpest part. It's good for making some feather sticks, fine work like that. Then moving up here, we have the wider part, which is known as the belly. That's the part you're going to use for chopping here, and it gives it a bit of an axe property to it, so it doesn't take as much effort as the weight of the tool does a lot of the work. And also, when you're holding on to it and you're chopping, you don't need to have so much of a rigid action with your wrist to cause some prolonged issues. And if you keep a tight grip on the top and a loose grip with your hand, you can actually increase the range of motion very easily without moving your wrist. Short cuts like that for fighting are very effective. Even a small cut can cut right to the bone. And even for chopping too, that extra range of motion helps when you're going to cut something. Okay, the tip here, they have a nice tip. A lot of people think that they aren't designed for thrusting, that they're only made for chopping. That's untrue. The curved handle on it, if you looked at a straight knife, when you go to stab or thrust with it, you have to crank your wrist to be able to stab with it. The natural curve of the kukri's handle keeps your wrist at a more natural angle for when you go to thrust. So if you hit something hard like armor, it doesn't make you roll your wrist or pinch anything on your wrist. Okay? So I think that's about all I had to say on this particular one. I hope you gentlemen like it. I'll be sending it out here very shortly when I return to the States. The last thing I was going to say is the kukris always come with some smaller utility knives here. They are the Carter and the Chakma. Chakma is this one. Carter is a short little mini knife. You can see this one has a full handle on it. That's one thing GGK does that's nice, is they were implored by somebody to make a longer handle that's more usable. If you get one from the street vendors, it's only a 2-finger handle and a shorter blade, almost useless. But these ones are actually very useful for a little camp work, maybe cutting up some animal that you've caught or killed, or slicing up an onion for your food. The other one, the Chakma, looks like a knife, but it's not a knife. It's blunted. It's made of harder steel. It is tempered harder that way. You can hone the blade with it. If you get a little nick in it, you can hone the blade with it. You can also use it to strike a spark against the knife or against your ferro rod. I'd recommend the ferro rod, not the knife. It's got a little groove here. I'm not really sure what that's for. I think you could use it maybe for bending some wire for a snare or something. But keep those in there nice and tight. They won't fall out. Sheath also has a belt loop on it. You can wear it on the side. And then it's got a little loop here. You can tie it to your leg so it doesn't. Hope you guys liked the video. Don't forget to send me a like. And if you want to see more videos, I have 4 additional khukuris I've purchased on this trip. If you want to see those, go ahead and subscribe. And if you don't like or subscribe, this is you. This is the guy she tells you not to worry about.